Hello again, Michael here, and in this video I'm going to give you a brief introduction on how to create a new post. Now there are several different ways to do this. I'm just going to show you one of them, although I'll give a quick mention to the quick press right over here if you know exactly what you want to do. You don't want to do a lot, but I'm going to kind of show you the main interface for creating a new post. Now, as I mentioned in other videos, posts can be pretty much about anything. Could be about an interesting site you found online. An easy one is always new materials that have been added to your collection, information about events coming up, new librarian or librarians introducing themselves to the public. Pretty much anything you think the public might want to know about your library, or you think the public should know about your library. I'm just going to do a simple one here in which I found a very interesting website on a topic that my patrons have been asking me about. So I'm going to kind of write an introductory paragraph and then provide a quote from that site. And that's all I'm going to do in this video. And then in later videos, I'll use this post to add some graphics that I've uploaded to the media library and add some hyperlinks, or to just add a hyperlink, which I'll also cover in another video. So I'm here. I can go to any number of places. I can click on the new post link up here. If you have the admin bar turned up, you have add new post here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on posts. And this gets me to my post interface, and these are all the posts that I have listed so far. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select add new, and this takes me to my add new post page. Now, I'm just going to keep this really simple, but point out a couple of things as we're going along here. So the first thing is that I found this page I think is really good called What is Social Media? Patrons have been asking us, what is social media? So I want to kind of tell the story that we've been asked this question, quote from this page, and then provide some space to possibly link to the full article so people can go and read it. So back to add new post here. The first thing I need to do is I need to give the post a title. So I'm going to call this What is Social Media? Okay. And then I have this larger box down here. Now the size may vary a little bit, but I have this box into which I can pretty much type anything I want. This is a very simple WYSIWYG sort of interface. You'll notice here I am on visual. I can change this to HTML if I want to, but you only need to do that if you're dealing with any sort of HTML code, whether you want to write your own or you're pasting in some code from another resource. Keep it nice and simple and stick to visual here. And so I'm going to type this up real quick. I have learned myself I don't type and talk well at the same time, so bear with me just a minute while I go ahead and type a sentence or two. Okay, and so I've got this first paragraph type. Now what I want to do is I want to quote a bit from this the actual page I'm talking about. So I'm going to scroll on down here a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and copy these 4 paragraphs. So I'm going to highlight that, do my copy. You can completely copy and paste from any source into this box. So let's say you have a Word document. You can copy and paste the whole Word document if you want. Spreadsheets might be a little more difficult, but technically should work. But other web pages, Word documents, that sort of thing. So I'm going to go ahead now and do my paste. Now, in this case, you'll notice I'm starting to fill the box, and that's okay. The box you can pretty much type indefinitely here. Now, we've got some formatting going on here. Bold, italics, strike through. We can create bulleted lists, numbers lists. We can change our alignment, left, center, and right. We can insert hyperlinks, which we'll talk about in a separate training video. I can spell check. I can make this box bigger. I can edit in full screen if I want to, or I can do what's called the kitchen sink, and then it gives me a whole other row of buttons here. Notice most people don't need those. In this case, what we're going to do here is I'm going to highlight these 4 paragraphs because I quoted them, and I'm going to hit the quote button. And what this is going to do is it's going to kind of give an indication that we are quoting somebody else. You'll also notice the hyperlinks from that original document have actually carried through with us. So go ahead and go down here and now go beneath the quotation, and I'm going to now finish typing up my post. So let's see, what should I say? Clicking to read the full article over at about.com. Okay, now we normally would put in a hyperlink here. We're not going to worry about that right now. So I've got my introduction, I've got my quoted paragraphs, so I've got my conclusion. Then we have categories here. We'll refer you to the categories training video, but we have that here. We can add a new one if we want on the fly. In this case, let's see, we've got news, new material, and events. Probably this isn't going to fit in any of those categories, so I'm going to go ahead and check new category. And let's say we're going to write some posts about the internet. So we're going to call this internet. We're going to add that category. Notice it's already checked. We can check as many of these as we want, but you should always check at least one. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So what we're going to do here, we're going to assume it's all done. We want to make it live. I'll have a separate video on saving drafts and things like that. But before we publish this, let's real quick, I'm going to go ahead and click Preview. You'll see here a new tab is opened, and it's going to show me what this post is going to look like when I publish it. And I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and close that tab. And I'm back to this. So I'm going to go ahead and click Publish. And this should take just a couple of seconds. And it does say post is published. I can view the post. But what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to switch over to this tab, which is my blog already preloaded. I'm going to refresh. And you will see here is my new post, What is Social Media? Posted on February 20th, 2011 by me. There's my quote, and my theme has chosen that this gets italicized and indented like that. Posted in my category. People can leave comments, and because I'm logged in, I can edit it. So that's the quick and dirty. I know what I want to write, and that's how you write a post. Again, I will have separate videos on how to insert graphics, how to insert hyperlinks, and how to deal with drafts. But this is the basic steps that's available. Remember, you can always copy and paste from another source, as I've done here, whether it be from a Word document or another web page. Just always cite your sources. We'll do that in the hyperlinking video, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave a comment on this blog post, and I'll be happy to help you out. Bye-bye.